Welcome to the Evan Phillips Show, guys. Today we are talking about one of my favorite things, and that is purchasing a home. This is one of the most exciting things that I think most people do, is purchasing a home. And for me, I can say my first home, I felt so good to be able to say that I owned a home and knew that it was something that I wanted to share with other people. So the feeling of home ownership is just a great feeling. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We are going to discuss 4 different steps to purchasing a home. So some of these steps are actually in videos that we've discussed previously. So the first thing we're going to talk about is your FICO. So please check this video right here in regards to your FICO score and what you would need to do in order to get that where it should be. Now, in addition to that, I'm just going to say that not just cleaning up your FICO score, but anything that's on your credit report, whether it's something that you owe or something that hasn't been paid off, you don't want to give the lender any reason to decline your loan. So anything that you have on there, take care of this before you start applying and all of these things for home. So get yourself set up with your credit, get your FICO where it needs to be, any unpaid accounts, collections, handle all of that first, okay? So before you even get into the next steps. So the minimum FICO score is 620, and you're gonna wanna be well above that. So I wouldn't say be right at 620. In my expertise, you wanna be over 700 with your FICO score. So put the work in before getting involved in purchasing a home. Get yourself, your finances in line to set you up for the next steps. Now, the next section, number 2, we're going to talk about is down payment, right? So in most cases, a down payment is a certain amount of money that you're going to put down towards the property. In the financial world, this is called skin in the game, right? So there's 2 different ways you can go, and there will be more videos on these topics, but for the sake of today's video, we're going to keep it under conventional. So a conventional down payment would be 20% down. If you're not looking to put 20% down, you could go into an FHA loan, and that would allow you to put a lesser down payment. But once again, for the sake of this video, we're going to assume you're putting 20% down. Now, when we talk about less than 20% down, you can go with an FHA loan through your lender. They will walk you through that process. There are a lot of special things you can do, like accept gifts. You only have to put 3.5% down on an FHA loan, and this will really help. Also, from state to state, there are different programs in your counties that will allow you a certain amount of money, like a bond program, that they will give you in order to put towards that 3.5%. So obviously, with having funds to put towards a down payment, this falls right into the same category of one of my previous videos, which discussed budgeting. So this video right here, please click on this video to learn how to start budgeting and setting yourself up for success in regards to having a down payment and getting yourself in the position to purchase this home. Buying a home is a stressful thing. I'm not going to lie about that. So, there are a lot of steps you're going to have to go through, but having these things taken care of up front will help to make your life that much more comfortable when going through this process. So you're also going to want to have an idea of where you would want to live. So where you live is very important in calculating what your monthly payment will be. So you're going to want to look at things like price range. You really want to put together a payment to see how much you can afford monthly. Now, this is also dictated by some other things. So consider your taxes, not only today's taxes, but your future taxes. If you're moving into a new community and they're still building and there's schools going up, your taxes most likely will increase over time. So why am I bringing up taxes? Well, most people escrow their payments into their mortgage payments. And that just means, let's say that your mortgage payment is $500. So if your taxes are $200 and your homeowner's insurance is $300, you're going to escrow those into your payment. So you're not going to just pay that $500 a month. You're going to add all that together in a mortgage payment. So if you know that there's building happening in your community, taxes will most likely increase. Another thing that you're going to want to really look into is your homeowners association fee. If you're moving into a community that has an HOA, this is also going to be something that you're going to factor in your monthly payments, or however it's charged. Sometimes it's quarterly or annually, but you're going to want to make sure that you consider HOA fees as well. Community developmental fees. So CDD fees are going to be sometimes a part of your payment as well, depending on where you live. So these are factors you're going to want to look into. So hiring a good realtor will assist you with calculating these costs. They're going to be able to tell you what the CDD, HOA, taxes, etc. should be. This will help you calculate what your monthly payments will be and your annual payments throughout the year. Now, a quick note with hiring a realtor. A realtor is your friend. They're going to help you, but don't make them do all of the work. Remember, at the end of the day, it's your house. Your realtor will put you on a listing that will give you a list of homes that are being sold in your area. Now, for step 4, what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to get a pre-approval letter. So this is simply done typically by filling out an application, and they will email you a letter that says this person is good for this amount in financing. This will help your realtor start looking and helping you through walking through properties and signing a contract. So this is very, very important. There are a lot of realtors who won't show a home unless there's a pre-approval letter. They just want to make sure that you're serious about purchasing a home, and obviously that's something that is necessary anyway to make sure that you have the financing available to purchase this home. Also, remember, stay organized, guys. You're going to have a lot of documents that are required, like your W-2s, bank statements, pay stubs, and etc. There are some other tips that I really want to discuss. I'm going to go over those really quick because I find that they are very important in the process of owning and getting into a house. The first thing is be honest, guys. When you're going into a mortgage, your lender will ask you a lot of questions. Don't sugarcoat anything. Be honest about everything. That's really the best way to approach this, because if you're not honest up front, it's going to follow you through the process. There's a thing called sourcing your funds, right? So let's say that you guys sell a vehicle and you make $10,000 off of this car just because you wanted to sell it. It was an antique or whatever. Now, when you sell that car, if you just take cash and you deposit it into your bank, during this mortgage process, they're going to ask you, where did this $10,000 come from? So if there is no way to source where this has come from, this can cause an issue in your financing. The lender wants to make sure that you have not obtained any new loans during this process to get this financing. So leaving a paper trail is super important, guys. Do not miss this step. I can't stress enough how important this is. Withdrawing large amounts of money or depositing large amounts of money will cause concern from the lenders. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't deposit money. It's just that if you're going to deposit funds, make sure you use a check or some other way that you can track these funds. So this is super, super important, guys. Do not apply for any other loans, all right? So I know it's very tempting to want to go and get furniture or, appliances or other things for the home. Do not do this, guys, because this can also jeopardize the mortgage process. There are a lot of calculations that need to be done, and pulling your credit, increasing your DTI is not a good thing when you're looking to get a new home. Also, remember, move fast. If your lender requests a document, upload it as soon as you can. you want to leave the least amount of time in between a request and getting it done. This will make sure that you don't have any delays on your mortgage, and delays are never good. Also, remember, continue making payments on time. Having missed or late payments are really bad, guys, in the event of purchasing a home. And the reason this is your lender will check throughout the process your FICO score. And if this drops or they see late payments, this could also result in your loan being declined. Also, do not rack up debt on your credit cards, right? So you really want to lay low during this time of purchasing a home. You don't want to do anything out of the ordinary. In addition, you want to lay a little bit lower than you typically do. So just don't make any large purchases with your credit cards or do anything that will cause your debt to income ratio to increase. So you want to keep that around the same, because there are a lot of things on the back end that will affect your approval through underwriting. So these are very important things that you're going to want to make sure you follow, guys. Now, I know this is a long video. Take advantage of the pause and rewind features of YouTube. This really helps to go back and maybe watch some things or write some things down in case you forget during your process. And following these steps will lead to your first purchase of a home if you haven't already achieved this yet. So as always, if you guys have any comments or questions, please leave it down in the comments below. I'll be more than glad to answer those for you guys. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Evan Phillips Show. Have a great weekend.